Welcome, everyone. We are going to jump into a traditional draft of Zendikar Rising. Chat has voted, and best of three has won out. So we're going to be looking to sideboard today. A little bit of a spiky queue for my taste. I mean, not for my taste. I'm fine with the spikiness of the queue. I just continue to be a little surprised by how spiky Wizards has made this queue, which is to say that you've got Premier, which is the go-to ranked play aspirational competitive type queue where you're trying to rank up to mythic or whatever, right? And that is understandably steep. I would expect and want that one to be steep. Then you've got the bot draft, the kiddie pool, so to speak, of draft, the place where you want new players to go so they can draft without the pressure of a clock. That queue is very flat. Winning the maximum gets you a little bit above starting, but it does not a ton, and you win stuff even if you only win a couple times. You get something out of it. So I would have expected this queue to be in the middle. You know, that you would get something for one win, you get some gems for one win, and then like 3,000 gems, doubling your buy-in is actually one of the steeper, spikier payouts on Arena. Most queues, the max win doesn't come close to doubling your buy-in. So it's kind of weird to me that they took this queue, which is, on the one hand, making it spiky makes some sense because people like us are here, like the purists who really want best of three in their lives are here, and maybe there is a more competitive or more pure, more hardcore audience for traditional, and they feel like with a hardcore audience you can go for the steeper thing. But honestly, I think they missed an opportunity to have this one be in the middle. Shave some off of the 3,000 for the winner and distribute it down amongst the one winners. You know, so there's only one 3 winner for every 3 1 winners. So that's you know, if you take $1,000 off of this reward, you can't make a 1-win reward of 1,000, but you could make it 333, right? So anyway, I just think I'm a little surprised that they didn't make this queue a little bit more friendly to the mid-range drafter, or that, you know, giving that middle option in terms of spikiness. The best option you have for spikiness in your competitive constructed tabletop experience, though, is cardkingdom.com. They're my sponsor, and they sell everything you could need for your physical game, whether it's supplies, singles, or sealed product. Maybe you want to get a booster box for some home sealed with your whoever you're holing up with these days. Maybe you want to buy a box and put it on your shelf and see if it doubles in value in a couple years. Maybe you want to fill out your latest commander deck with the new hotness from Zendikar Rising. Feels like those new dual lands are obvious plays in all those old formats. If you got commander decks that need the new pathway lands, you're going to find it at Card Kingdom, and of course you're going to get there through my affiliate link in the panels down below, in the link in chat, or in the link in the YouTube notes, and then that lets them know you got there from here and helps keep me on the air, because then all of your activity there is attributed to my stream, and then Card Kingdom jumps up and down and claps happily because they're getting value out of their investment in me, and the world keeps going round. So please keep doing that, and we will get going on this draft. 1,500 gems, confirm the purchase, get to draft view. Just the link, as long as you go to, basically if you use my affiliate link and go to Card Kingdom, for the next 2 weeks, provided you don't use anybody else's affiliate link to Card Kingdom, your activity on Card Kingdom from that computer, from that login, will be attributed to my stream. All right, let's go. Right on, Haj. Good luck to you. Let's see where Haj is seated relative to us. Oh, we're passing to Haj. Okay. Interesting. Well, we got a Skycleave Shade. That's pretty straightforward to me. What do you think Haj is going to take out of this pack? Let's see if we can figure out where Haj ends up. I bet he takes Journey. Maybe Rabid Bite, but I think Journey is just better. Maybe he values flip lands enough to take the flip land. But I would take Journey second out of this pack. Also depends on what Haj took, right? If Haj ends up with, say, some incredible green bomb in rare, maybe he takes the Rabid Bite. But we'll take the Shade. Well, Flip Land Cleric actually goes along with this Shade. Shade's not a Cleric, but it's black, and black-white is the Cleric deck, so you can get that. Maybe the Celebrant comes back, but people are pretty high on this appropriately. The bots aren't. The bots devaluing core Celebrant is one of the reasons white-black Clerics is a great option in bot draft. Oh, by the way, mid-draft here, I do want to remind my YouTube friends to help me with the algorithm. Give the video a like and help me find a bigger audience on YouTube, won't you? Let's beat the algorithm together. Anyway, we could also take Vanguard, Plunder. Yeah, I got to actually make a pick here. What do y'all think? Nothing here leaps out at me as amazing, so I kind of like... Yeah, maybe Vanguard is better. I keep not and you know, and red black party is a thing. I'll take Gomafada. I keep losing to Gomafada. Yeah, the flip land is fine, but that's one I don't like too much. But yeah, I'm happy to hedge here. It's also hedging towards something I don't do quite as much. Like if we ended up finding our way to red aggro, that would be interesting since I am often not there. We take a Vanquish, the weak over, like I like the Felidar. There's a Gnarlid Colony. Attended Healer, strong. Should I just take the Healer? I mean, Vanquish is removal, but it's not premium. And we do have the Shade, so if we went back towards white, black Clerics, we could do that. If we're right about what Haj probably took, we could be causing him some issues. But I think this is a nice pack 3. You know, this is a nice pack 2 pick, or pick 2. This is a nice pick 3 in the sense that they are really good cards in the decks that they're in, and we can draft the hard way and find our lane. On that front, Sproutling, really appealing to me. I like the Florahedron a lot more than... I'm more on the Marshall side of this. I don't know if you listened to the last LR, but Marshall and Luis were clearly decently far apart here on this card. I think its ability to be a land when you desperately need it to be a land versus being ramp when you have it in your opener, or even being a body in the late game is great. I don't know. I'm really surprised that given how high Luis is in general on these cards, that he's so low on this one. But yeah, we could, if we, like, nothing here really goes with green. This is the best card, but we're not really near it. We could take the Electromancer and move... I really want to play this Skyclave, but also notice no black has been passed to us. We may just have to listen up here and do that. I'm going to take the Electromancer on the observation that Cleric, you know, this is a fine pairing here. This jumps out at me here. Into the Royal? Don't do this to me, table. What are you doing with these Into the Royal and Windrider Wizard? Ugh. Yeah, I'll probably just take the Cleric. Or even the Blood Beckoning. You like the Expedition Healer first? Well, yeah, Cleric. I don't know. This deck is becoming weird. I don't know what we're doing here exactly. We could take Electromancer number 2 or a Skulker. Yeah, a lot of medium cards. Trying to find a direction. Skulker picks up a black card, but yeah, Haj is trying to figure out what I'm in. let's just do another Electromancer and stay down this path for now. We can take a Protector, but Felidar more... Boy, I don't know if we're trying to make the Cleric life gain thing happen or just trying to make Electromancer ramp. It's one of these two. I just don't know which one. Could be Sentinel too, but Felidar has been very strong, but this is leaning towards the Cleric thing. That's why I'm not taking a Kite Sail here, but yeah, I'll take Prowling Felidar. Prowling Felidar, but then we get a Ravager's Macing. Consider that. So, I mean, we did get one black option last pick, and now we get a Mace here. I'm going to take it, but I don't think we're black-red. I don't think we're black, really. But this is certainly drafting the hard way. This is not going great, and I don't like where we're at. And none of this is all pretty garbagey. And we can take a Resolute Strike. I think if we... Right now, I'm looking more red-white Warrior Cleric than anything else. So I'm going to take Strike. It's not an exciting card, but neither is Blood Price, neither is Cleansing Wildfire in this deck. And if we are low down Boros, we don't mind a combat trick, you know? Here, though, I think we could take this, but Dauntless Unity, I'm gonna kind of make a stand here and pick up a Unity over Beckoning and lean more towards Boros aggro with this pick. It's been bad for Surion. Surion, I haven't had a deck for it. Maybe I'll learn your learnings today, but I really haven't even tried it. So I can't even say it's been bad for me because I guess I could say I don't get beat by it often, but it's done. I've seen it do some things. Spare supplies. Well, table agrees with the Unity haters there. Well, I wonder where we put Haj. He certainly figured out we're not in green or blue. Of course, we get another Pathway land. Wishing that were a good card for us. We could just take a Pack Beast, and that's not the worst. We got a Binding here. We just got to take a Binding. Nothing here for, like, this is the only red card in the pack. Bleh. Well, we're going to take the removal spell, and given that Haj has listened in pack 1, hopefully he hooks us up in pack 2. Well, not so much. So I guess Haj isn't in blue either. If he'd latched on... Look at this. Wow. We got a Royal Eruption. Not going to complain. What did Haj take? Uncommon missing? Another Electromancer. No, I guess I take a Geopede here. Although if we can get the tribal 2s, the Electromancers on 3 do stuff. But I think I'll try and... I think we can get another... Like, we don't want... 3 Electromancers in a heavy... that has heavy 2-drops could be fine. Yeah, by Shade, by Mace. They may come back. They're not gone for good, but it's Electromancer or Pede. I don't like either, but this Pede's pretty aggro, and that's what we're kind of trying to do here. Royal Eruption here is good over a healer. Like playing a Cleric on 2 and an Electromancer on 3, killing something with Royal Eruption is an excellent turn 3. So really these, as long as we pick up 2-drops that have a party class, party type, we're going to be pretty happy with Electromancers, I think. I've got CBL on. I don't know if it's working. Wow, 2 Thought Thieves. If I'd known we'd have an option, known we could get 2 Thought Thieves in pack 2, I would have forced that. But we get a Bug Catcher. This is perfect. This is exactly what we want. Mainly, it's not a wizard. We want 2 drops that are rogues, warriors, or clerics, because then the Electromancers on 3 can cast another 2-drop. Blue is wide open, which bugs me because you know I love blue, but it was not wide open for the first handful of picks we had, so it is what it is. I'm taking a Bug Catcher again. We'll pick up Farsight Adepts late if they come, but we'll take them. Although these are the 3-drop wizards this deck wants. Another Bug Catcher is fantastic, though. Valakut Exploration could be good. I keep talking about this card, though, and how it doesn't allow you to play lands. We got a Spark Mage that's a little more on plan here. I would like a Charger, too, but Spark Mage is right on. It's exactly what we want to do. It's like in our deck, hopefully this deals 2 reliably and 3 often. Scorched Rider is a warrior. We could blade it up. This isn't the worst in aggro, but you can get these for free, basically. We're best of 3. We could take a Smite. Better than a generic replaceable 4-drop. Yeah, let's take a Smite since we're best of 3. If we were best of 1, I would take the 4-drop there, but we can smite it up. So this would be a vault pick, not a play it pick, but we could take the Ambusher. Yeah, I guess I'll take the Ambusher to be a grown-up. I don't think we're going to play this, and therefore if we know we're not going to play this, we just take Vault Progress, but we're not 100%, so I'll take it, but we sure hope not to. Cleansing Wildfire would produce some potential splash ability, so I'll take it, but if we open some ridiculous bomb, we'll be happy to know that we could get there with a Wildfire. The Electromancer came back. Cool. Another Ambusher. I could take a Hellhound, but I really don't think we're not doing the Hellhound thing. It doesn't have a creature type. If the Hellhound were a warrior or something, I would consider that. Utility Knife, blah. White is not particularly open this direction, but it felt I think because I think we went and sent Haj into clerics. Well, now we've got a Kiri in our colors, but we don't have equipment, so we'll take it. But keep in mind, this is a 3/3 for 3. If you don't have equipment, this is a 3/3 for 3, and right now we don't. And Funky is seeing that to the point of saying maybe we take Shepherd over Akiri. That being said, a flying 3/3. How does it fly? Yeah, if it's flying, it would be a no-brainer. I'm going to take it anyway and try to prioritize some removal here. This is fine, but actually Spark Mage is better. Spark Mage is a 2-for-1, and we don't even have a lot of 4s yet. There are some white flyers at rare that would trump a Spark Mage, but this one doesn't. Wow, 2 cards I love. Look at all these cards I love. Not today, I guess. I love this one though. We can take that, and I will. I continue to want 2s that aren't wizards to set up nice turn 3 Electromancers. Tactics is reasonable too in a deck like this. You're not wrong, but I still want 2s more. I will take this later or wield if it comes. Really, y'all like tactics that much? I don't know. Let me look at my creature count. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I only have 4 2-drops I'm happy with, and we're in pack 3. I got to take the creature. If I went and looked and we had a million cards in the 2 spot, then I'd be with you. But I think now we can take a hazard here over any of this stuff. Take rogue here. What rogue do you want? Oh, this one? No, I don't want a sneaking guide in this deck. It's not good enough. But I would like to wheel a bug catcher or a wizard. The trouble with the fissure wizard, which I like, is that it does not produce 2 mana on turn 3 with an electromancer. So we're going to take hazard and hope to wheel a bug catcher. Is it great with bug catcher, or is it playable with bug catcher? To me, it feels it starts to become playable. Well, it may be great with bug catcher on the battlefield, but that doesn't make the card great. How about that? You want to see creature count? We are at 16 creatures. I'm still taking Felidar. You can even make an argument for Barrage. Yeah, sorry, Cleric of Life's Bond. Maybe Haj will be happy with that. Maybe we are fighting here. I'm going to take Tactician. Only needs one other warrior. You want Colossus? Yeah, Colossus is going to be reasonably discounted here. But I'm going to go with Tactician. Hey, Fireblade Charger is great. I mean, there is this champ here. Wow! I hope Haj is in Clerics and is getting the hookup. That would be sweet for him. But we're going to take Fireblade Charger over Expedition Champ based on depth at 3 and our plan for 3. Oh, really? You think Champ? Yeah, I guess we're low enough on 3s so we can take Champ. I would want this though. I like a Charger. Maybe I like it more than you all, but we'll take a fine late pick War Leader over the Fury. So, Fissure Wizard, there's a suggestion. Oh, yeah, we could take a Kite Sail. That's fair. I'm going to take the Kite Sail because we do have this Fearless Voyager. But I feel like I'm adding a card I don't want because of a card I have, you know, that like, and yeah. Still going to play this. And hey, look, the Tactics came back. And the Fissure Wizard did anyway, so we'll take this here. It's okay, Herschel. Why are you so hung up on rogues? We don't need to we're not going for some full party reward here. I'm not playing a bad rogue just to increase our party count. Hey, look. Grinding. Your gems. Gem grind. We're a three party. We're a 3-being party. We're never going to have rogues, but it's okay. We don't need them. I do want to make a note of this grind, though, before I forget about it. And we are doing a traditional draft, ZNR. All right. Oh, really? Wow, Haj, we hooked you up. Congratulations on the 3-0. We opened on, I don't know how you ended up in black. We took a Skyclave Shade and we're trying to be black and then got no black shipped and gave up on black. This was our pack 1 pick 1. Oh, I didn't see you in the draft, Math. Cool. Only Haj, I only noticed Haj's call out that he was drafting. All right. We have a kite sail in for a nod to the Fearless Voyager. And, you know, this is not bad at this deck needs to finish off, right? Finish them off, and that helps with it. We're going to get rid of these ambushers. Don't need a rage. I think if we run a combat trick, I want a resolute strike, maybe. Herschel really thinks we're a warrior deck. Herschel, I think you're wrong. We're an Electromancer deck. Really, I mean, if you ask, like, I think you don't understand how much of a linchpin card this is for us. We're going to be going 2-drop clerics and warriors into 3-drop Electromancers, casting a second 2-drop. Yeah, we can cut GOP'd on that philosophy. Yeah, Fissure Wizard might be on the block because it does not do, again, it doesn't do 2-drop into Electromancer the way we want. Oh, we have 2 unities. Yeah, we definitely want to get rid of a unity. Thank you, for sure, for sure. And 17, 18, we can definitely be a 17 lander. Like, we can cut a land. So now we just need one more cut here. We're at 17, 8. It's true, it is a 2-drop to play off it. Maybe the wizard can come back, but what do we cut? What do we cut? A Felidar? Are we not gaining enough life for this attended healer? Cut that. Sorry, Haj. This could be yours, but I forget what we ended up with there over it. So now we're close. I agree that we don't cut any of the other... This is like the only warrior I don't want to play. Kite Sail is late game reach, but if all it was were late game reach, I honestly wouldn't play it. We're playing it because of also having a Fearless Voyager. And it's the fact that, yes, this can close out a game. It can help defend against other flyers. It's not useless without the Voyager, but it's the presence of the Voyager that makes it main deckable to me. Yeah, but you don't need a ton of beef. You don't need a 7-power flyer. You just need flying, you know? Now, we don't want to... yeah, we could... I guess the knife technically is equipment, you know? But this is like, ugh. And I really don't want to cut catchers. Nope. I'm really happy with all 3 of these. I would cut the Fissure Wizard before that, but I think we want all of these. I think this is more of a... We're trying this to be a 4. Could even cut one more land. This is a very low down deck with mana burst and a spike field hazard. So now Herschel, Herschel really wants to make this a warrior deck. I don't understand it. No, but it's a 2-drop cleric. It's a 2-power 2-drop with a party mechanic, with a party class that's not wizard. Okay, I'm not cutting like 2-power has a party mechanic that's not wizard. I'm in. Yeah, we could cut one Felidar, especially if we do this. But I think 16 land. But we are forcing a theme. Herschel, I really like. We're just not seeing this the same way. You are completely hung up on this. I think like something about us having a war leader. Maybe you're just like completely stuck in warrior brain when I'm telling you I am stuck in double spark mage, Electromancer, 3-party type nonsense brain. We both want to lean into themes, but you seem to be stuck on the warrior theme where I'm on the 3 of 4 party type theme. So that's where I'm going. Yes. I don't know. I don't know what else I can tell you, Herschel. Let's give it a shot. Threes. It's got like, I want to do like Threes Company, but it's like Threes Party. Threes. Yeah, Threes Company is good enough. I'm old enough to have seen that show broadcast a new episode live on the air. Well, not live, but you know. Come and knock on my door. We've been waiting for you. That show was terrible, like most sitcoms. Sorry, but it was. Had some moments. But also, they were still figuring out TV at that point. You know what I mean? It's like in the 70s, they were still figuring out TV. Don't blame them. You like the GP over a Felidar? We could do that. Go a little lower. Neither of them are type relevant, so I'm down. We can try that. All right. We got a name. We did have some bling. So full art ZNR for Krauser. You got it. And Kali wants the Warriors.
Warriors, come out to play.
So, Hat, have I failed to update that with a different one? It could be just one. I've gotten so many memes from Hat and Duncan that if I failed to you're saying maybe you made me a different one and I haven't swapped it in for that. Anyway, also need to do the land thing. Hey, Tupperware, thank you for the raid. Welcome, Tup Gang. Good timing-ish, depending on whether you like the draft or the play. We are about to jump in with a party warriors. Got some heavily warriors, but enough party sub-theme and electromancers to go wide with... we have a lot of warriors, wizards, and enough clerics to do some of that. Adam. Suggest, boom, boom. Actually, we want boom, boom. Thank you, Bigby. I do not end up in Boros much. I like how this looks. Some notable stuff. I was saying before Tup's gang got here that Kite Sail would not make this main deck if it were not for the Fearless Voyager. This is fine without the Voyager. In some case, it's going to do a lot of things without the Voyager, but it wouldn't be good enough on its own. But I think with the Voyager, we want to have some sort of equipment that can help make that really produce. We're shaving lands. We only have 15 plus the flip, but we are topping at, 2 4-drops. We could play this on 2 if we needed to. So we're a low-down deck as well. And going to give this a shot. We called it Three's Company because really we have no rogues. This is a three type party. And we are best of 3 here. Let me update my record and info. So rumor has it Marshall Sutcliffe is going to be streaming at noon today. I'm going to make sure that he is indeed doing that. You all can keep an eye on that for me maybe. And if so, he's definitely going to be our raid target for the day. In fact, I should probably turn off Raid Captain because I got my raid. All right, let's play first. No white, and we have a binding, but we do have kind of the curve out I'm looking for here, which is to go bug catcher into electromancer into another bug catcher. So we're going to keep. We just need 1 land to pull that off. All right, nice. It's Math, by the way. We just drafted against Math Core J, and now are playing against him. There's our so-so equip, but here's our sweet Electromancer turn. Pause from Math Core, so something here on 2 mana instant green white. Yeah, might is a good thought. I mean, there's lots of instant speed stuff that can target your opponent's creatures in white-green. All right. Found us our mountain. Thank you. Wizard and warrior means only 2 damage. So maybe here we go Royal Eruption to clear the way, Kite Sail, and just go. You just want to attack. Well, the trouble is they only... Yeah, I suppose we could trade 1 for 1 that way. It would be similar. But yeah, I'm with Herschel's line. I think we just slam for a lot. And even go ahead and hook up a bug catcher. Although I'll hook up an Electromancer. Right now, bug catcher only gets to 3, and Electromancer's already on 3. Stays on 3. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, here you go. Now we're talking. Ouch, but still pretty good for us here. We're gonna ping it with the Spark Mage and then still get in for 3 each. 6 total. Just so you can have the meme again. I wasn't trying to be rude. I was just trying to give you the meme again. That was a meme value thing, Math. So green white. So Herschel, what kind of deck are we? Are we a Warriors deck, or are we an Electromancer deck? Both is really the answer, right? Are we bringing anything in here? White, green, warrior, wizard, cleric. So maybe it's possible Math is doing some party stuff too. Monstrous could be, against green. You're probably going to see something monstrous. I think I'll bring in 1 of those. For what? This is the hard part, because maybe for even like a Resolute Strike or a Tactics. Both of these require blocking to do anything. I'm going to cut the Strike and keep the Tactics. No, our Bugcatcher can be a 4/2. We have clerics. We just didn't have any clerics there. I still like the Felidar. All right, well, we have one cleric. And still, 3/2 attacker is, for 2 mana in red, is still good. It's even got trample. All right, we got our equip and the Voyager. We don't have one of our 1,000,000 2-drops, but we are on the draw with both our colors and a lot of stuff to do if we get there, so I'm going to keep, but this could go badly if we don't hit some land or, you know, really want to... The real trouble with this keep is that it's classically I'm asking for 2 things. I'm asking for a 2-drop and more land, and that's a bit awkward, but I still feel like I can't give this up. Well, that's the thing. 1 land doesn't make this an amazing hand. Specifically, a 2-drop into a land makes this an amazing hand. If we only get one of those 2 things, this hand is not amazing. But I can't throw it back. It's got too much potential. Yeah, not what we wanted to see there. Not either one. But we still have... Here we go. All right, all right. Well, again, the reason why we really wanted a 2 is the whole point is to curve 2s into Electromancers, and we had the Electromancer, but not the 2. But we got the land. It was more important to get a land than a 2-drop, for sure. That's true. We can play Electromancer and equip the Kite Sail to it. Probably do that. And then we can play Voyager next turn and hopefully draw a card off it. I like that. Hazard even lets us kill the Blight Blade at some point. But I like this line. We could even use we could kill we could use the Spikefield Hazard, but I like flying the Electromancer ahead of the Voyager. Yeah, Surion, we could, but you see what I'm saying? Like, I really want to attack with this with Voyager next turn. Interesting planes pickup given the Geopede. We could hold the planes if we wanted. That seems a little greedy. I'm going to go with a Voyager plan and attack, and I'm going to... Well, I can't leave up red, unfortunately. I'm not going to play a land now, though, because we might draw a mountain. Nope. But having drawn another planes, I will continue playing our lands, not save them for the Geopede here. And I guess I can unattach equipment from a creature I control, and it can gain indestructible. So there's that. Well, no need to do that. We just have... Well, too bad. We'd found a mountain. What a blowout, right? Too bad, because if we had found a mountain, we'd have Hazard available right now, and we could kill the Blight Blade and save our Voyager. Sadly, not to be, unless I'm missing something, so we just have to let this happen. But yeah, quite a difference. Mountain and utter blowout if we find a mountain. Right. No, it's not a... Oh, you're talking to me or somebody else. But if you... it's not a fight. It's just a damage equal to creatures. So with 5 mana, I think I like Bug Catcher. Oh, we only have one... One choked on red here is the real problem. Spark Mage, I don't like this. Yeah, Spark Mage kills Death Toucher. I wanted to kill something bigger, but at least Spark Mage does block the Protector, and we can even throw the Electromancer on the Arbor Mage here. I'm feeling on the back foot and feeling very, very choked on red. Maybe even want to play the Hazard as red here, especially if we're going to Spark Mage it anyway. So I think I'm going to do that. This is now less useful, and we really need some red. Am I keeping this back to block, or am I going... aggro. Yeah, Chimero is asking the question, or answering the question I just started to ask here. Maybe I'm being too conservative in trying to hold this back to trade when we can take 2 and threaten a block here. So I'll go ahead and swing. Squad commander, powerful, but I will trade off protector here. There's our healer, which is nice to at least draw something else to cast. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can cast 2. We can only cast 2 things, so we probably cast Geopede and Champ. Or we can go Catcher and Champ, and then we got a 4/3. And what does that do for us? A 4/3 lets us block an Arbor Mage profitably, and Bug Catchers can work on this. So yeah, I think we'd play both of our warriors and hope that Math is out of action. And now I do need to stay back on blocks at 7 life facing this kind of team here. Royal Eruption, nice to see, but what can we do with it exactly? With 1 more mana, we can take out the Shepherd. And maybe we need to wait for that mana. Take 3 next turn, play Healer and Geopede here. I think that's really the... Oh, yeah, that's true. I can switch the Kite Sail out to make a different flyer blocker. That costs 2, so we can still do... With 6 mana, we can still do Geopede and switch the equip. All right, yeah, let's do that. I like it. Gotta watch out for full party, but right now, not super close. Good call, Surian. We'll do that and hold as best we can. And when does this trigger? Combat on your turn. So we gotta watch out. Yeah, they could drop a rogue and we could be in trouble. Now we got to use Royal Eruption on the 6/5 instead, which is too bad. If we Royal Eruption away, well, I guess we got a warrior, we got a wizard, we got a cleric. If we used Royal Eruption on one of these, yeah, we could send Geopede, but like, what are they gonna do? The Geopede does do some blocking duty on Squad Commander, but we have some other stuff to do that, so sure, let's send in Geopede. Triple block with the 1/1s would also be okay. But I don't think Math would, because we have stuff in hand, right? So yeah, I think we just have to kill the Stomper. Right now, Expedition Champ is managing the air on some level. Another 5 toughness giant. We're playing out and not attacking. We have our +2/+1 the team. That wouldn't suck. Maybe that's a game-winning potential. Well, speaking of game-winning potential, two taunting Arbor Mages. Well, we're not going to beat Math unless we get the curve out we're looking for. So, I mean, you go back and you look at our keep. I was so anguished about that keep because I knew it was asking for a couple of things, and I knew it wasn't super likely that we were going to go 2-drop into Electromancer. And 2-drop into Electromancer into another 2-drop is how this deck, on the play, is very tough for an opponent to beat. So, yeah, smite. We didn't. Well, we did see some things to smite. I kind of like. I kind of like the smite. Although you're right that if we're looking to turn on the afterburners, we might not even have time to smite. Like if we're smiting, we're losing. Well, no, smite has a few targets, but they're good ones. And I do think we need to be more proactive. We can bring in maybe even another unity. Let's just bring this in. I think it's smite or the rage. We got a lot of trample, so the rage is interesting too. But smite also does that trick. I mean, sorry, yeah, strike. I was saying smite, but I meant strike. Smite is the one we cut. I'm going to run this, though. All right, come on, deck. Give us a nice curve-out draw again. Well, three wizards. Thanks, deck. Thanks. We can keep, though. We can wizard away Resolute Strike or something. You guys like looting the Prowler? I was going to loot the Strike, but yeah. We'll keep. The trouble is we just can't go wizard into Electromancer for value unless we find one of our twos, which maybe we do. Ideally, we just find a Bug Catcher off the top and then a land after that. Well, land. Now we have to decide what to pitch. You still want to do Kitty? I want to do Strike. Yeah, we could also say no pitch, but I still think we want to dig for land. So I'm going to say Strike, digging for land. Strike's our last, you know, literally last card we added to the deck. Boo earns. I think I will go ahead and offer the wizard here. I don't think Math wants to give up on creature types for party, so we may just get in here, and if we do trade the wizard there, that's fine. And I'm going to play this Mancer here for no value. Wah, wah. I could try and take this trade, but we want to know that we can get something with this Spark Mage on next turn, so that's what we're going to do. Yeah, Math being out of green is potentially good for us. Healer says if we want to take a turn here, we could even go, we go Electromancer, Healer, and then Spark Mage away the Tactician. But the trouble is then the Tactician gets a... an attack next turn. We don't want that. So, yeah, Wizard Cleric is an interesting sequence, Tron, and I was thinking about that. But what does that get us? Then next turn, they keep both their creatures. We can send in, like, Wizard into the attack. We could send in both, really. And then have Healer. I guess Electromancer threatens to block a Tactician even with another counter on it. So, yeah, I think let's start with an attack. I wanted to figure out my whole turn before I did anything, but I think we can start with an attack. And now, I do like just the simple play of Spark Mage killing the Sellsword, and then Spark Mage has a block on Tactician. So, and Math is out of, it doesn't have green yet, so I'm just going to do that. Now I want to start growing the Felidar, but we could probably send in everything on a bluff. Yeah, we could double spell this turn, but if we play a land without the Felidar, we really weaken the impact of this. But we could go, yeah, let's see. If we had 5 mana, we could go. We could add a warrior. No need for a land? How do we do without the land? If we play the Electromancer, we can get 1. We can go Electromancer Healer without playing the land. I'm going to send Electromancer for a start. If we give up on Felidar for a counter, we can dump our hand, and I guess we should just probably do that. So, right, so we play the land, we have 5 land, we play Healer, we have 3 land, we play Electromancer, we gain 2 red mana, and we play the Catcher. I just really didn't want to give up a counter on the Felidar, but 3 spelling is worth it. All right, that's not bad, since it lets us... ooh, that's even better. Never mind. We're just going to send in. Great stabilization play from Math, but we got the Royal. Yeah, dumping hand worked well. I mean, I came around on it. I was trying to... I'm always assuming the game's going to go long and I need to think about how to get max value out of cards. But in that case, yes, just dumping hand was correct. Yeah, unfortunately, it was redeemed, and I mean, yeah, maybe there's a way I can edit my rewards to add a second one for today. Let's see. Give me 1 second to see. Maybe I can... All right, I added a second one. Let's see if that works. Well, it should be in stock. Let me know if there's 2 in stock. Sure thing for Krauser. Yeah, it was like, oh, nice stabilization, Math. Too bad I've got burned to your face. Good games. What do you want instead? I acknowledge this is aggro enough that Felidar, in our ideal world, doesn't get a ton of counters because we're winning before we have like 7 lands on the battlefield or whatever. But what do you want to do instead? You want to try just adding, cutting it and putting in a another. I mean, we don't have a lot of clerics, but it would add to the cleric count. We could throw in a random ambusher. We could just add rage. I suppose Ambusher is a mana sink, and one of them wouldn't offend me. Yeah, I'm being convinced that we can add another Ambusher. I think if Felidar had been an Ambusher in that match, we would have been happier, right? If we had another cheap cleric, I would be in for a cleric, but I don't think it's worth adding the attended healer just to have a cleric body when we're really not doing the... it's really a 2-3 for 4, which is not super acceptable. But I like that swap. We'll do that. Ugh. Gross. Yeah. For a hand that has both of our land types in it, this is about as bad as it could be. Now I feel like I gotta keep this. We don't have red yet, but if we find a mountain, we're in great shape. So, can't quite send this back. But we sure need a mountain soon. Our need for a mountain is so strong. I might even... I might ditch a plains, you know? We could bottom 1 eruption. This Fearless Voyager is not that great. It's just rare and gold, but without equipment, it's just a 3/3 for 3. So... if we think that we can't win unless we find a mountain, we can just ditch a plains. But it's too bold because we risk missing our second land drop, and that's disaster. Like, if we don't play the healer on 2, I think that's legit disaster. So, yeah, it's Aki or a Royal Eruption, and actually Royal Eruption is better than Akiri, so we're going to ditch Akiri. I'm pretty greedy, but I'm not greedy enough to risk not being able to play this healer on 2. Well, Ambusher. Don't worry, we got this. Mountain off the top next. But sure, why not Tron for our 3-color opponent on 3? Turn 3 Tron for our 3-color opponent, but we can't find a second. That's how it works in Magic. Seems like a party deck going on over here as well. Is it worth playing out? I'll play it one more turn.
Where are we going? To Neverland. Neverland. Neverland.
Neverland.
Neverland.
Oh, but Neverland.
I'm gonna move on. Yeah, playable spell. So really, Oppo, this is really what we're losing to right now. All right. I am gonna try and win this match. Do we want to smite? There's a dread worm. There's green. I want to see a little more. Rage. Yeah, I think Resolute Strike is better than Rage. Half as much mana, and you're trading a point of power and a scry for possibly moving a kite sail. Not, you know, really a point of power and scry. Don't think that's worth it. I'm going to just run it back here. Boy, they broke serve too. That was our play. I like this deck. Struggled a little bit there. What? I'm just trying to look at all this. There we go. All right. Hey, look. This is more reasonable. Go Vanguard, and then we can drop Ambusher, even if we find nothing, no land or whatever, and can be probably mostly unblockable. Unity or Binding? I'm gonna go Unity. I'll go Healer. Teeter Beats isn't real when you don't have the mana to pump. I'd rather have a 2/2 than a 1/3 here. All right. We could bind. But we can also make one of them not, let's see, this not block. Can't block. Okay, so we can make something not block. And then they can't get anything. So yeah, we'll play the warrior. Just making sure we could get, I wanted to be able to attack here, and we can. We just make the nectar pot not block. Find a land, we can Spark Mage. If we don't, we do have a binding at least, so even if they come up with a big creature here, we get to bind it and have the same attack plus Tactician. Yeah, Plan A is land, Spark Mage Expert. Plan B is binding whatever they play here and going, well, maybe Plan B is actually just repeat play and see. I'm a little nervous about what's going on here, but I suppose we kind of have to do, I'm a little worried, like one thing where you can get got with Vanguard is pump. Like they've got green for possible pump that makes the power out of, makes the power not work here. But I also feel like you got to keep attacking. So we could erupt the nectar pot and get rid of one thing at least. They can still make this a 4/5 and eat the Vanguard or whatever. But then we've traded Pump for the Vanguard, and we still have 2 creatures. This one will be big. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I just want to get a second creature out of the way, and now our worst case is, is not that bad. If they trick here, it's not the worst. All right, so they get to trade off, probably for the Vanguard, but it's still a 1-for-1. And we got a counter on. Still got a nice party set up here with Cleric, Warrior, and soon-to-be Wizard. We can even take out a 3 toughness creature if we pick up a land. That is not 3 toughness, but that is bindable at least, which we'll do next. Oh, they got us decently on the mill. So it goes. Although we kind of wanted land anyway. We were good either way. Interesting. Well, now we have 3 plus 4. But we also have... Oh, yeah, let's see. We'll go Ambusher for now and look for a basic land and then be able to unlock this situation decently. We could also just go ahead and... Oh, no, you need to send with another warrior. So this wouldn't get big. So we have to now hold. We're not attacking. Hopefully they don't come up with anything major this turn. Kind of crossing fingers here. This is where the game could actually slip away from us if they come up with a big play. Teeter is referring to Teeter Peak Ambusher. Basic land is all we want in the world here. Please, please, deck. I don't want to lose to Willpen 2 and their 3-color weirdness. That kind of qualifies. I don't think we fully get there, though, right? We get 3 back. So this is free, but it doesn't actually give us the 1 mana we need. So, right, we play this and get 3 back, and then we have 4 again, and then we're still on Spark Mage. But I don't think we wait. I think we just play it and pass. We're going to wait for these 2, but I don't see why we should not do this. We can still attack with warriors. Like, I could even do... This is something to do with it. We can at least put it in there. And is that good? We've got a 3/4. The trouble is they have first strike, so they just get to eat the... they get to eat the Ambusher, and that doesn't seem worth it. If we could trade Hazard and Ambusher for the Expert, I would do it, but we don't even get that. It's got first strike. Seems fair. Seems fair. Well, we'll keep playing out wide and hope to eventually have an attack. We're close. We have 2 blockers for our currently 4 attackers, but not attacking yet. Yeah, that's too bad. I mean, I really don't want to lose to an opponent leaving Smite the Monstrous in against us. It's really brutal. Magic is magic, and you can lose to anybody, but come on. And Will Penn, I'm not trying to be mean. If you're coming around and watching here, I'm confused a bit by your deck, but I'm certainly not trying to be mean. Just feeling like, frankly, my deck is better. Except for this. This can solve a lot of ills. Your best card is better than any of my cards, but I like my deck better from initial looks here. All right, well, we get to try our play. So let's see if that works, because then we can start attacking. What are you doing to me, auto tap? Jeez. Why would it do it that way? Oh, it says Fearless Voyager has an activated ability. Got it. Yeah, Maul will be tough on the Celebrant, but we do have a big swing here at least. And they're at 8, so hopefully we can get around the Celebrant even with a Maul on it. All right. But I do believe this is another run it back situation. I don't see anything tempting me to bring in. That's how it's going for us. How it's going for us. All right, we got Vanguard into Electromancer. We don't have another 2-drop to play with it. We're obviously keeping. The question is, do we ditch the planes? And I'm going to be greedy enough to say, yeah, we're going to ditch the planes and try to find another land. We'll see if it's good. Right now, it's punishing. But the magic gods will be with me, right? I'll get a basic land of any kind off the top here. Yes, thank you, magic gods. Appreciate that. We're going to drop Paired Tactician. It's actually a more important play here than our rare. We want to get this going more than this. How's the sail doing? You mean in this deck? Not sure what you mean. Well, now we can Electromancer and Voyager. That's cool. Or Electromancer Tactics, yes. But I think we save the Tactics and just go Voyager. And they can't kill either of these, and we can attack safely. So I'm going to swing in first. It's been exactly what we thought. Not great, but worth it given this lurking around. We did draw a card off it, for example. Forced Oppo to kill this because we had the equipment. I mean, that was it. Turned this into from a 3/3 that you could ignore into a lightning rod. Are there any 2-drop red rogues in the format? Curious. Well, we won, and I'm glad, because, yeah, Technobobble, Pabloy asks, what is this deck from opponent? And that was my thought on it, which is why I really didn't want to lose. We didn't. But again, I do want to express that I'm not trying to be mean to anybody. Everybody has gone through their development at Magic, and just because I've been through the development stage that Oppo is at doesn't mean anything's wrong with Oppo. I just want to say, though, that when I see a sketchy looking deck, it instills in me the desire to win. Exactly. Could just be a train wreck from a perfectly good player, too. But there were some very questionable choices and very questionable combinations in there. But all right, we made it to 2-0. We are playing for 3-0 again. This happened yesterday. We got to 2-0. We did lose yesterday. Maybe we'll 3-0 today. But nice to get gems. Gems are in the bank. We get 1,000 back no matter what now. I just like to be very clear when I am critical of an opponent's deck that I'm not teasing or intending to be mean. I try to talk as though they are here listening. Yeah, the Sinking Guide's at 1. But there's no, like, 2-powered rogue at 2, right? That would be too easy for the party deck, probably. Our deck wouldn't mind the Pack Beast at all. Pack Beast would be great in our deck. We almost took one, but there was a better card. Tough mana again for us. No 2-drops either. This is not a great hand. We're going to mulligan. And we can keep this and ditch. I can ditch Plains again and be greedy. Just ditch the Spikefield Hazard so that we can curve out as intended. We're keeping. I guess the grown-up thing is Spikefield Hazard, because we do have Catcher, War Leader, Spark Mage here with any land. And I'm not going to break that up to keep a possible 1 point of damage card. Of course, if we draw a basic land, we totally want this. But I'm going to do this. I want my lands untapped here. I guess it didn't, like, I could have kept Spikefield and played it as a tapped mountain to start. Maybe that's ideal, because then it actually makes Oppo fear that you might bring it back or something. That would have been perfect, I suppose. Main thing, though, is that I decided I was not going to try and cast this. Well, Royal Eruption can kill this. Royal Eruption can kill this with 1 counter on it. So I am actually going to continue to push my strategy forward, because if Pieman here does not come up with a counter for Cleric, we can even go War Leader next turn and get to the Cleric later. There is some risk here. They could put equipment on it or do something or another to make the Cleric be bigger, have 4 toughness. But as long as it's at 2 toughness, I can put off until tomorrow taking care of it. Wow! A bit punished. Oh, they had the land. Yeah, they had the land, though. We would have been tapped out. We get a Kite Sail. So this is interesting now. What are we trying to do? Spark Mage, if they don't gain life, we might even be able to Spark Mage the Cleric next turn with a basic land. Now I kind of like... Yeah, I like War Leader here. I think we are just kind of in a race. You got it. Which one? Here, I'll give you this one.
Warriors, come out to play.
Busted! So busted. Boy, what do we even do here? And we're not finding land. Like, we need to erupt the most dangerous thing, but it's all dangerous. I guess we have to get rid of the cleric now. We go kite sail, but we have practiced tactics that I don't think they're going to use on either of these, though. The kite sail doesn't add power, so I'm going to attack and see if the tactics are needed, and if not, we'll drop a kite sail after. Yeah, it hits for 2. Yeah, right, it doesn't even do anything we want. If they go for a double block, though, we could obviously take out the token. They're just never going to do that. Now we go kite sail on the bug catcher, because if we find a basic land, Spark Mage can get something for 2 and then turn this into a 4-powered attacker. Now Spark Mage is going to the Gloom Hunter. All right, that is so needed here. Oh my gosh, so needed. They got 2 mana up. This might not even work, but we got to try, of course. Oh, we got him chumping. That's a good sign. Because this was bigger. This has no evasion, but this has higher power. That was my thought. But you're right that the sum total could net being one war leader is better, and we can even still switch it potentially. But we are just racing away here. Find straight removal, and we just... never mind. That is straight removal, but it is not game-winning straight removal. Tactics can deal 2 to something, and we do have... Or it's going to deal 4, right? So we deal 4 to an attacker. So this is good, actually. We can just... Let's lock down the Gloom Hunter, send in, and have tactics. I don't think we need to bind Fledgling. I think we need to bind Gloom Hunter and attack. And just kill the Fledgling when it comes back the other way. You just want to see if they block Gloom Hunter? Well, let's attack. If they want to block with the Gloom Hunter on the Spark Mage, that's fine, isn't it? Because then we can just bind something else and tactics the other. But is this... Okay, gain life the first time each turn. So now we got to tactics it, though, right? Or is it... Because it's whenever. They'll get the creature if we let this happen. See, I don't know. I listened to chat, and now I don't know why. Why did I listen to you all? We could have bound the Gloom Hunter and tactics one of the other. Yeah, exactly. We can't tactics the healer hat. We can just give him a token. Yeah, alright. But I don't like this anymore. They're pretty reasonable plays, though. The chat line isn't that far off. I couldn't tactics the healer last combat. That's what I was talking about. And like that, tactics is now crappy. We can take out the 1/1. But I think we don't bother. We just go ahead and take 3 here, and we go Ambusher, Kite Sail with tactics for next turn. And they need to come up with something else. Well, if you're saying you were wanting to play around removal, that's a different thing entirely, and we didn't really discuss it. Well, okay, I didn't discuss it. I didn't see it. No need to kite sail, though, but I do need to... you say ambusher and pass. I say we got to take some risk. Yeah, actually, keep up pump is good. Don't need the kite sail now. We can threaten pump and have tactics. But honestly, true, to go back to the what if they kill one of your guys, I mean, I wish we had discussed it, because I think I might still have gone aggro. Like, yeah, you don't want to die to removal, but you also got to give yourself best chances to win. I don't know. I have to go back and look over the whole situation again, but certainly not an easy call there on whether or not you play around possible removal or take your chances, you know? Ambusher flying now? Right, well, let's go to our turn. Interesting. Voyager, let's go kite sail on Spark Mage. Why Ambusher? Let's go kite sail on Spark Mage. See if they do anything. And then Voyager. See if we draw something. They have something to do here. That's my concern. They clearly have action, but if it's deal damage to target attacker, at least we get a card now. And we have 2 blockers. That's true. Ambusher doesn't die to tactics, but I wanted to play the Voyager. It felt wrong not to play the Voyager for the card. So if we were setting up to kite sail and pump, I hear you. That's what Pablo was going for with wanting the Ambusher. Dead to removal. Oh! Whew. Sometimes you're dead to removal, but you gotta cross your fingers. Close one. We got there. Very nice cleric deck from Oppo. Would not be ashamed to lose to this one at all. This is quite the hot looking deck that I would probably trade Oppo for. I really like. I mean, wait, are we playing Haj? Is that Haj? Is that you? Pie Man, one of Haj's alternate accounts. Although we actually saw Haj's name in the draft view. Well, we're on the play. On the draw against clerics. We certainly don't want Smite. And I doubt there's going to be much here for us. Yeah, I don't really see much to bring in. Okay. Touch too much land. Would trade a plains for any non-land in our deck, but hot looking hand otherwise, so we're going to keep. Yeah, I suppose Houdini that eventually those cards can get to that range, but I also feel like if we're in a game where that happens, we're probably way behind anyway, and we should just play to our strengths. Ugh. So I say I would love a plains to be literally any other card in our deck, and so we draw another plains, of course. Of course. I mean, this is just bad. Like, this is a blank. This is never going to matter to us this game, I don't think, having this plains. This is cool, though, having the Voyager. Well, wouldn't mind to smite the monsters this game, it looks like, as called out. That this could be a place that we would smite. And we don't even get an attack here because our... Oh, we do. We can play War Leader and get an attack. Because it makes the bug catcher big enough. We're in a bad way now, gang. Cleric is hyper rough. We can still do some racing here, though, which we'll try now. Kite Sail on the Bug Catcher, play Fearless Voyager, draw a card. They have 3 mana open, though, so I don't even believe this is going to happen. Some of their removal is reach out and kill. Some of it is deal damage to attacker, though. So if they have deal damage to attacker, at least we get to send in the catcher and draw a card. And if it's practiced tactics, it won't be enough because they only have the 1 cleric. So it looks like we at least get a card here. Yeah, it could be Vanquish, but if it was Vanquish, they would have already used it. They wouldn't give us the card. Yeah, Subtle Strike is something they showed us last game. Really need a binding for the cleric. Life's Bond is getting out of hand, but Nahiri's Binding would get us out of that right quick. I don't know if we should do Smite. Show me something else. Again, I'm still not... like, even though this is, like...
Oh, here comes the flood.
I told you all our 5th land was going to be useless, and we've drawn 3 since. But Bugcatcher still nice. We could send the Voyager. Bugcatcher's just a 3, so maybe we move the. We'll move it next turn. I'm gonna send this for now. Resolute Strike. That could be good. I don't think we swap Kite Sail right now. I think we dump Hand. We go Tactician, Ambusher, and then we have Strike for next turn. Yeah, all of you who want to re-equip, that's well and good, but we're going to dump our hand of actual onboard threats. We want to get wide, and then we can do the nonsense you're talking about. All that stuff you're talking about will be next turn, with Resolute Strike to boot. Really want that other...
We will say goodbye to flesh and blood.
Well, now what? We can send in the Tactician. We can send in the Voyager. We could send in the Bug Catcher. Kind of just want to send in everything and Resolute Strike to win some important combat and accept the consequences of everything else. But I think we're just really in trouble here. This is a problem. Really frustrating because we've gotten any kind of action, just half of these, any kind of action. I think we're in great, great, great shape as it is. Flooding into... yeah, I do need to remember that. Okay, so let's plan. I do like the true line. I do like the true line. Do we have any other attacks we can make? Can we send the Ambusher as well? Because we have a pump, we could actually make this 4. But I guess they have enough that they could eat something else. Maybe this is just a send out. This is for sure. This is for sure. I'm just trying to figure out if we send other stuff. All right, I'm just going to do this. Hey, Gomafada is a nice draw, too. That could help. Sent Catcher and... we can save both, though, right? Okay, not taking that bait. Do we just want the... yeah, I guess we just go ahead and take the... accept the 8 and drop Gomafada. And yeah, we can move this now. And even have the Resolute Strike potentially to eat the Scion. Oh yeah, I got auto tapped. Oops. So goes, so goes. Yeah, it's fine. It was not ideal, but we're fine. I'm just in a mentality of trying to keep my mana equal and wasn't really thinking about that. What's our least important? Is it now the Bug Catcher? Might be the Bug Catcher. Maybe it's just Teeter Peak. Teeter Peak can pump, though, and we got a lot of mana. So, yeah, actually, Bug Catchers are least important now. Now, it looks like, yeah, my color punt isn't going to matter too much here. If they send in now, we can't win combat there. We're just taking it all. They get life no matter what, but we can at least block. Doesn't have death touch or anything, right? Just making sure I'm not missing anything here. All right, how about a binding? If we get a binding, I think we could pull this off still. Yeah, I still have Tactician Akiri attacks, as True points out. Because that becomes 7. We can make it indestructible. So, yeah. Ambusher has attacks with pumps, but I didn't do the math on them, and I need at least 2 white available, so we only got 1 pump on the Ambusher this turn. All right. So we're going to unattach this from the Voyager. And then we can strike the Tactician. We don't even need to do the, I mean, we can attach this, but we don't need to. Right now we're winning combat anyway. Right? We got 8-7, they've got 6 of power. And move this back. I'm moving it here to save this. I mean, if they want to attack with a Scion, we are fist pumping. They're never attacking with a Scion. I just want to put this so that the Voyager can be saved. We didn't need to pay, didn't we? Though, if we didn't take it off the Voyager, it would have died. Yeah, whatever. If they want to double attack, I still say that's good for us. Binding off the top and we can win this. Famous last words. We're halfway through our deck. Halfway through our deck. We have 4 lands left. Well, if we top deck a Royal Eruption, can we win? I'm just going to swing all. Is it swing all time? I'm going to swing all. Oh, is it? Am I? Oh, yeah, because we can make the Gloomhunter not block. I forgot that. I forgot Vanguard. That's the key, right? I hope you're all right. So, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got it. Goodness. Goodness. I was going to do that no look anyway, so that's good. That's funny. I was going to do the math is for blockers and we would have got there. Wow. Well, chat helped me out with that one. I'm not sure I win that game without chat pointing out some of my mistakes ahead of time there. I cannot believe we flooded that hard and managed to get there. We're at 2 3-0s in that draft and counting. How are we at 2 3-0s? Didn't Math draft it and then I beat him? Oh, you were in that draft too? So how many people were in that draft? All right. Let me say goodbye. Let's claim this prize. 6 packs. I think we get to open 10 packs even. I did a count, by the way, and I believe we are 66 rares from completing our rares. Oops, I don't want store, I want packs. So 66 rares, 65, 64, 63, 62, 61, 60, 59 rares left.